Hello students, welcome back to your English class. Today we are going to learn a new chapter, chapter 2, part 1, page 28 to 30. Today we are going to look from page 28 to 30. Okay students, all of you get ready with your English book along with your English note. Okay, let's move on. Chapter 2, My Home Environment from My Reminiscences. Students, read with me the heading, My Home Environment from My Reminiscence. எனது வீட்டு சூழல் from my reminiscences. Have you heard the word reminiscences? Let's see. Reminiscences means memories. A story told about a past event remembered by the narrator. Okay, ஸோ நம்மளுடைய சிறு பருவத்தில் குழந்தை பருவத்தில் நடந்த ஏதாவது விஷயங்களை நம்ம இப்போ ஞாபகப்படுத்தி நம்ம சொல்கிறோம்னா அதுதான் ரெமினிசென்சஸ், நினைவுகள், நம்முடைய பழைய நினைவுகள். ஓகே, ஸோ லெட்ஸ் see who has recalled about his childhood and who has written this. Let's turn your book to page number 32. This chapter is written by Rabindranath Tagore from the book My Reminiscences. Let's read together. Rabindranath Tagore was awarded the Nobel Prize for Poetry, but his prose is as enduring. Okay, so this is Rabindranath Tagore and he has received the Nobel Prize for Poetry, but his prose is also lasting over a period of time. It was forever. He dabbled in many prose forms, letters, memoirs, essays, dramas, but his most comprehensive achievement was perhaps his novels. Okay, he has written prose in many forms, but his novels has achieved more. He loved the Bengali countryside and maintained close contact with the village folk. Okay, as he is from Bengal, he is a Bengali person and he loves the countryside. நாட்டுப்புற பாடல், அந்த நாட்டுப்புற மக்கள் அவங்கள பற்றி ரொம்ப அறிந்து கொள்வதிலும் அவங்களுக்கு சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுறதுலையும் ரொம்ப ஒரு ஆர்வம் செலுத்தியிருந்தார். Their humble lives and their small miseries find much space in his work. Okay, in his writings he gave more importance to the village folk people and their humble lives and their small miseries. அவங்களுடைய துன்பங்கள், அவங்களுடைய கஷ்டங்கள், அதெல்லாத்தையும் அவர் அவருடைய எழுத்துக்கள் மூலம் இந்த உலகத்துக்கு தெரியப்படுத்தினார். Okay students, that is all about Rabindranath Tagore. Now let's move on. The story at a glance. Let's have a quick look about this lesson. My home environment is an account of the author's life while growing up in a household that was steeped in the arts. Okay, so this is about Rabindranath Tagore's life while he was growing up, while he was a small boy. And his house was steeped in arts. அவருடைய வீடு கலைகள், எல்லாருமே கலைத்துறையில் சிறந்து விளங்கினவங்களாக இருந்தாங்க. ஸோ கலைத்துறையில் ஒரு ஹை பொசிஷனில் இருந்துச்சு அவருடைய வீடு. The lesson is an extract from his book My Reminiscences. The book is a collection of essays that are wise with instances of a little self-mockery. Okay, so this lesson is taken from his book My Reminiscence, and that book is a collection of essays, not only one. It is not about one story, but it is collection of many stories, and it is an example of. It was written in a TC language. It is a informal writing. Okay, it gives us unique and lovable insight into his life. This extract, that means this lesson, is informal in nature instead of just one story running through. Okay, ஒரே ஒரு கதை அப்படி சொல்வதற்கு பதில் நிறைய கதைகள் வந்து இதில் இன்க்ளூட் ஆயிருக்கு. It was not a formal writing, it is informal. It explores the author's family life. He lived in a large, wealthy joint family in Joransko, where almost everyone was involved in the arts. This influenced him greatly. Okay, so Rabindranath Tagore, he lived in a large and wealthy and joint family. So in his family, almost everyone they involved in arts. கலைத்துறையில் எல்லாருமே சிறந்து விளங்கினாங்க. They were very well in writings, dance, singing, and they also involved in national activities. So his family is mostly involved in arts, and this influenced him greatly. Let's enter into our lesson. Let's see what was the environment of his house and how did he spend his childhood in his house. So let's move on into the chapter. All of you open your book to page number 28. Page number 28. Let's read about the atmosphere and family life in Rabindranath Tagore's child home. Okay students, let's read. Read with me. One great advantage which I enjoyed in my younger days was the literary and artistic atmosphere which pervaded our house. Okay, so here I refers to Rabindranath Tagore, and he is telling his readers that he had a great advantage when he was a childhood because his house was pervaded means spread through every part of something. Okay, filled. அவருடைய வீடு முழுவதும் எதால நிரம்பி இருந்துச்சா? Literary and artistic, that means poetry, கலைத்துறை. அவருடைய வீடு முழுவதும் எல்லா இடத்துலையும் இந்த கலைத்துறை வந்து ரொம்ப நிரம்பி இருந்துச்சு. Next, I remember how when I was quite a child I would be leaning against the veranda railings which overlooked the detached building comprising the reception rooms. Okay, he was just recalling that when he was a small child he would be leaning against. So what is mean by leaning? அப்படியே இந்த பெண்ட் சாஞ்சு நிற்கிறது அந்த மாதிரி you can see in this picture. Okay, he was just leaning against the veranda railings. Veranda means வீட்டுக்கு வெளியில் இருக்கிற அந்த part. Railing means திட்டு, அந்த fencing, which overlooked the detached means disconnected building consist of the reception rooms. Okay, you can see in that picture against the author is standing here and his opposite side there was a building and that building was disconnected from this author's house where he was standing. Next, these rooms would be lightened up every evening. That means his opposite, that also his house only, and he was saying that rooms were lightened up every evening. Splendid carriages would draw up under the portico and visitors would be constantly coming and going. Okay, while he every day he used to stand there and he used to watch what is happening there. And splendid, that means a grand carriages, that vehicles you can see there, it would always come and it used to draw up under the portico. Portico means a structure made up of a roof supported by pillars that is usually attached as entryway to a building. தலைவாசல், வீட்டுக்கு உள்ள வர்றதுக்கு அந்த கோபுரம் மாதிரி கட்டியிருப்பாங்கல்ல, அதுதான் portico. And visitors would be continuously coming and going. Always people used to come and go. What was happening I could not very well make out, but I would keep staring at the rows of lightened casements from my place in the darkness. Okay, so at that time he was a young boy, so he doesn't know what is happening there, but he used to always look there, leaning there, and he was just look casement means windows, from the place in the darkness. The place where he stood is a place of darkness, but the dispatched building, always it will be very bright. So this author, he to stand here and he will be looking there. The intervening space was not great, but the gulf between my infant world and these lights was immense. Immense means huge. Okay, so he was saying there was not a lot of space between you were standing and the reception area. Okay, so but he was saying there was a large difference into his infant world and the lights. Let's move on to next page, page number 29. My elder cousin Ganendra had just got a drama written by Pandit Tarkantra and was having it staged in the house. So in this paragraph, the narrator, the Rabindranath, was talking about his elder cousin. So cousin means child of our uncle or aunt. Okay, so his uncle's elder son, first son, his name is Ganendra, and once he just got a drama written by a particular person and was having it staged in the house. ஸோ அதை அவர் வீட்லேயும் அது மாதிரி அந்த நாடகத்தை செஞ்சு காமிச்சார். His enthusiasm for literature and the fine arts knew no bounds. Okay, so he is a man who was willing, he has a great enthusiasm, he was very eager in the literature and the fine arts. Fine arts means creative arts, and knew no bounds. There is he அவரோட அந்த கலைத்துறையின் மேலே இருந்த பற்றுக்கு அளவே இல்லை. He has no limits. He was the center of the group who seemed to have been almost consciously striving to bring about from every side the renaissance which we see today. Okay, so இந்த காலத்தில் இருக்கிற நிறைய ஒரு கலைத்துறைக்கு அந்த காலத்திலேயே அவர் ஒரு சென்டரான ஒரு பர்சனாக இருந்திருக்காரு. ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட். A pronounced nationalism in dress, literature, music, art and drama had awakened in and around him. He was a keen student of the history of different countries and had begun but could not complete a historical work in Bengali. So he was very patriotism. That means he has a great love for our nation. So in his dress, in his literature, music, arts and drama, in every in and around him, he will just express it that he has a great love for the nation. So who are doing this? His elder cousin Ganendra. Okay, students, he was a keen student. That means he was very intelligent and he was very interested in studying history of different countries. நிறைய கண்ட்ரிகளுடைய நிறைய நாடுகளுடைய ஹிஸ்ட்ரி, வரலாறை பற்றி படிப்பதில் அவர் ரொம்ப ஆர்வம் கொண்டிருந்தார். He had translated and published the Sanskrit drama Vikramorvasi, and many a well-known hymn is his composition. Okay, so he has written many hymn, that means religious songs, and he also translated and published a Sanskrit drama named Vikramorvasi. Next para. I was still a child when my cousin Ganendra died, in the prime of his youth, but for those who have once beheld him, it is impossible to forget his handsome, tall, and stately figure. Okay, now he is saying here that his elder cousin Ganendra, he was died during a very successful in his life. Okay, when this Rabindranath Tagore was a small boy, he was remembering that his elder cousin was died, and while he was dying, that time he was living a very successful life, and he was very handsome, tall, and stately figure. That means very impressive. He had an irresistible social influence. That means uncontrollable social influence. எல்லாருக்குமே அவரை தெரியும், நல்லாவே தெரியும். And he was a man who was very good social influence. He could draw men round him and keep them bound to him, while his powerful attraction was there. So everyone was attracted to him. Every man in and round him was bound to him. அந்த அளவுக்கு he was a very good man. Disruption was out of the question. He was one of those, a type peculiar to our country, who by their personal magnetism easily established themselves in the center of their family or village. Okay, so he was explaining that his elder cousin Ganendra, he was died, but he was a man of attraction. Everyone likes him, and wherever he is, he may be in the family or village or in the country, everyone they likes him. And he was a strange, peculiar means belonging or relating to one particular place, situation, or person, and not to others. Okay, that means belonging to only one. He is a strange and extraordinary person to our country. Let's move on to next para. I remembered still better his younger brother. Now in this paragraph, he is remembering his Ganendra, his elder cousin's younger brother, and his name is my cousin Gunenendra. He likewise kept the house filled with his personality. Okay, like his elder brother, his younger brother Gunendra is also the same character. He is also filled his house with his personality. His large, gracious heart embraced alike relatives, friends, guests, and dependents. Okay, so he will treat everyone in equal manner. It may be his relatives, friends, guests, or dependents, anyone. He will treat everyone in equal manner, and he has a very kind heart. Whether in his broad south veranda, or on the lawn by the fountain, or at the tank edge on the fishing platform, he presided over self-invited gatherings like hospitality incarnate. Okay, so they used to gather. He has a group of friends, and they used to gather in veranda, lawn, and the tank edge, fishing platform, wherever they are. His younger brother Gunenendra, he used to preside. That means அவர் தான் எல்லாத்துக்குமே தலைமை தாங்குவார். And he will welcome everyone, and he will treat everyone in an equal manner. Incarnate. Students, do you find a word incarnate there? What is meant by incarnate? In a human form. That means God in human form. So those who were around him, they used to treat that person as a god. Okay, next, his wide appreciation of art and talent kept him constantly radiant with enthusiasm. He also has a great passion for the arts. New ideas of festivity or frolic, theatricals, or other entertainments found in him a ready patron, and with his help would flourish in fine fruition. Okay, so any new ideas of festivity, that means celebration, or frolic, that means any game or அப்படி ஏதாவது வந்துச்சுன்னா அல்லது theatricals or other entertainments, என்ன ஒரு போட்டியாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, என்ன ஏதாவது நடத்தணும் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு இருந்தாலும் சரி, all of them they will come and patron, that means they will come and ask for his help. He will support them. Patron means person who gives support to a cause. Okay, so அவங்களுக்கு எதற்காவது ஏதாவது சப்போர்ட் பண்ணணும்னா இந்த குணநேந்திரா அவங்க வந்து கொடுப்பாங்க. அண்ட் all the people they will success in their life, they will flourish and find fruition. Fruition means the successful result of a plan. Okay students, in page 29, last para. We were too young then to take any part in these doings, but the waves of merriment and life to which they gave rise came and beat at the doors of our curiosity. Okay, so here this author is very young and he was very curious. His surrounding is filled with arts, so there will be a great fun. So this author is also having a great curiosity what they do, and he also wanted to join to them. I remember how a burlesque composed by my eldest brother was once being rehearsed in my cousin's big drawing room. So from our place against the veranda railings of our house, we could hear through the open windows opposite roars of laughter mixed with strains of a comic song. Okay, so what is meant by burlesque here? That means, read from the word bank, a performance or piece of writing which tries to make something look ridiculous by representing it in a humorous way. Okay, a drama related to comedy. Burlesque means a drama related to comedy. So once his brother, elder brother, he has written a comedy, and they were their cousins and so many people, they were gathered there and they had a rehearse. அதை பற்றி ஒரு rehearse பண்ணி பார்த்தாங்க. From our place against veranda railings of our house we could hear. So the author always used to stand on the veranda, so he could hear their sound and roars of laughter mixed with strains of a comic song. Let's move on to next page, page number 30. We could not gather exactly what the song was about, but lived in hopes of being able to find that out sometimes. So here the author says that time he does not know what he unable to find what the song was, but he believed that in future he may able to find out this was the song that they were sung on that day. Okay, let's move on to next para. I recall how a trifling circumstance earned for me the special regard of cousin Gunanendra. So here now Rabindranath Tagore, he was recalling a small, not important incident, trifling, okay, incident, but it is very important for him because once Gunanendra, his cousin, he praised him. Let's see why he praised him. Never had I got a praise at school except once for good conduct. Okay, this Rabindranath Tagore, he never had any praise in his school, but once he got for his good conduct. Of the three of us, my nephew Satya was best at his lessons. Okay, so there were three of them, and Rabindranath Tagore's nephew, his name is Satya. He once did well at some examination and was awarded a prize. As we came home, I jumped off the carriage to give the great news to my cousin who was in the garden. So once this Satya, she appeared in the exam and she got praise in the school. By hearing that this Rabindranath Tagore, he ran fast and he came to his cousin. He was in the garden. He was just jumping and saying that Satya has got a prize. I shouted as I ran to him. He drew to me to his knees with a smile. And have you not got a prize? He asked. No, said I, not I, it's Satya. And that man is that Gunendra asking, okay, உனக்கு prize கிடைக்கலையா? And he is saying, no, not me, Satya. எனக்கு இல்லை, சத்யாவுக்கு தான் கிடைச்சிருக்கு. My genuine pleasure at Satya's success seemed to touch my cousins particularly. He turned to his friends and remarked on it as very creditable triad. Okay, so this Rabindranath Tagore was very happy for his nephew Satya's success, and it shows some unique character. And he says that quite good standard of thinking that he did not receive. Okay, it was a good character to feel very happy for others. I well remember how mystified I felt at this, for I had not thought of my feeling in that light. This prize that I got for not getting a prize did not do me good. There is no harm in making gifts to children, but they should not be rewards. It is not healthy for youngsters to be made self-conscious. So, this Rabindranath Tagore was very happy for his nephew, and it shows something unique. And this Gunendra, he was appreciated him, and this Rabindranath Tagore was very happy by saying, more than that praise, he did not receive any praise, but he got a praise from his cousin brother. Okay, let's move on. After the midday meal, cousin Gunendra would attend the estate offices in a part of the house. So what it is mean by estate offices? Offices that perform duties of maintaining an extensive area of land, usually with a large house owned by one person or family. Okay, so the office room of our elders was a sort of club where laughter and conversation were freely mixed with matters of business. So after the meal, and this Gunendra used to attend the estate office. There will be a meeting in his house, and there were many elders and so many people. They used to come and they will freely talk about their house and other things. My cousin would recline on a car coach, and I would see some opportunity of edging up to him. Okay, his cousin, after the meal, recline, that means just lying down in a relaxed manner on a coach. So this Rabindranath Tagore, he always wanted to go and sit near to him. அவர் படுத்திருக்கிற அந்த எண்டில் போய் அவருக்கும் உட்காந்து அங்கே என்ன நடக்குது அப்படின்னு கேட்குறதுக்கு ரொம்ப ஆவலாக இருக்கும். ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட். Some days, cousin Gunendra would not be allowed to remain in any doubt as to the content of my pocket. At the least encouragement, out would come my manuscript book unabashed. I need hardly state that my cousin was not a severe critic. In point of fact, that opinions he expressed would have done splendidly as advertisements. Nonetheless, when in any of my poetry my childishness became too abstractive, he could not restrain in hearty ha-ha. Okay, so in this paragraph, the other is telling that he used to show his manuscript. Manuscript means there was something copy of a book before printed, a short poem or something. ஏதாவது வெளியிடுவதற்கு முன்னாடி அதோட ஒரு காப்பி எழுதி வச்சிருப்பாங்கல்ல, அந்த காப்பியை he used to show his cousin Gunendra. His cousin Ganendra was not a harsh critic. He used to give Rabindranath Tagore his opinion on his writings in a very good manner. So in his poems any childishness prominent, ஏதாவது ஒரு childishness வந்து அவரோட போயத்தில் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப தலை தூக்கி இருந்துச்சுன்னா அதை பார்த்துட்டு he used to laugh. Okay, he used to restrain, keep under his control, and he used with his heartily he will laugh. So students, let's end up here. In next part we will continue with the next paragraph. So what are the things that we have seen thus far? Can we recall? Yes, it's a story of Rabindranath Tagore's home environment during his childhood, and we have read that he had literary and artistic atmosphere at his home. People used to keep coming to his place and they used to discuss, and the author used to keep looking at his leaning against the veranda railings. He also talked about his elder cousin Ganendra. His very enthusiastic attitude towards literature, and we also saw that Ganendra was died during very successful in his life. And also we have seen his Ganendra's younger brother Gunanendra, and he is also same like his elder brother. He also has a good heart and he used to treat everyone equally, and he has a group of friends. They used to gather everywhere and they used to do many good things. And we also seen about Gunanendra appreciated Rabindranath Tagore. Okay, that's all we have seen today. Now all of you open your classwork note. Let's start writing our classwork. Let's move on. Classwork chapter 2. Write today's date. My home environment. Write the heading, my home environment from my reminiscence. First one, new words, Tamil meaning. Reminiscence, பழைய நினைவு. Portico, தலைவாயில். Peculiar, விசித்திரமான. Patron, ஆதரவாளன். Reminiscence, பழைய நினைவு. Portico, தலைவாயில். Peculiar, விசித்திரமான. Patron, ஆதரவாளன். Okay students, take new page and write neatly. Write the heading, date and new words. Write fast, write neatly. Read with me. First one, reminiscence, பழைய நினைவு. Portico, தலைவாயில். Peculiar, விசித்திரமான. Patron, ஆதரவாளன். Okay, let's move on to next. Synonyms. Synonyms: pervaded, spread through every part of something. Casements, windows. Incarnate, in human form. Fruition, the successful result of a plan. Mystified, confused. Unabashed, not ashamed. restrain, keep under control, exuberantly, full of energy and excitement, foregather, to meet together in a group. The last one, ceased, stopped. There are 10 synonyms. You must study all of these. Students, read with me. Pervaded, spread through every part of something. Casements, windows. Incarnate, in human form. Fourth one, fruition, the successful result of a plan. Mystified, confused. Unabashed, not ashamed. Restrain, keep under control. Exuberantly, full of energy and excitement. Foregather, to meet together in a group. Last one, ceased, stopped. Okay, students, after writing this, let's move on to antonyms, opposites. First one, immense, tiny. Peculiar, ordinary. Intimate, distant. The last one, genuine, fake. Immense, tiny. Peculiar, ordinary. Intimate, distant. Genuine, fake. These all antonyms. Write it down, write it fast and write neatly. Students, read with me. Immense, tiny. Peculiar, ordinary. Intimate, distant. And genuine, fake. Okay, if you have finished, open your homework site. Let's write today's homework. Study the classworks. It is very important. Today you have written new words, synonyms and antonyms. You must study all of these and then complete the following. Write down this in your homework note: synonyms and antonyms. First you have to study. After that, without looking, you have to fill it down in the homework note. Okay, students. Synonyms: pervaded, exuberantly, restrained, unabashed, mystified, foregather. And antonyms: immense, peculiar, intimate, genuine. Write it down this in your homework note. You have to write it and you have to click a photo of it. You have to send it through the WhatsApp. Okay, students. Hope you have understood the lesson, and the part 2 of the lesson will be continued in next video. Part 2 will be continued in next video. Thank you.